And what was happening in Rajasthan?
Oh, that's another story, but that's really long.
Okay, I'll help you. So
No, don't.
This is the last one. So you had cows in Rajasthan, right? And they weren't being looked after properly. You had like 40 cows, 35 cows.
Yeah.
And then
that's a long story. I can tell you that next time.
Well, let's
get into the.
Let's just do the short version. So you flew back to Rajasthan to save these cows, right?
Yeah.
And then you arrived there, and then what happened?
It's a long story.
No,
I wouldn't do it justice
so
if I tried to.
You had to take the cows out of the village. Out of the town and take them to the village.
Yeah, before sunrise, we had to get them to the outskirts of the town.
And you flew back to India just to do that, to save these cows.
Just to do that, yeah.
And
it was cold.
And you had some cowherd boys to help you.
2 boys, yeah. But they abandoned us as soon as we got to the outskirts of the town. They just disappeared. And then, and then I had the responsibility of these 38 cows and 2 bulls, and we had to get them 40 kilometers. We had to walk with them 40 kilometers to the next Goshala without really the town people seeing. So it was a bit of a secret mission, but apart from that, we couldn't get them in the, there's too many cows to get them in the lorries. And yeah, we had to walk the whole distance with them. I know there's so many different elements, but because I've already told you, I can't remember all the bits. It's not coming out. I have to retell it to you.
So, but then how was it walking with the cows? Was it stressful?
It was very stressful in the beginning, yes, because they all went in different directions. As soon as the cowherd boys left and abandoned us, all the cows went in different directions, and the bulls went over there and the cows, and I just remember picking up a stick and just kind of going, just like on the road, trying to kind of mimic what I'd seen before. And I was just I was on the outskirts. I was like kind of on the outside of this group, just trying to contain them and get them. They're dusty roads in Rajasthan, dusty roads that link the villages, and I was just trying to gather them. I couldn't think of anything else. But by the time we had reached the end, like by nightfall, by the time we'd got to one of the towns that we were going to stop and rest in, I remember that I didn't even realise this, but the cowherd person that was going to meet us at night and help us, he said to me, "Look, you're covered with the dust of the cows." But I didn't realise that, because I was walking in the middle of them, so I was so frightened in the beginning because I didn't let go. But then when I let go and I wasn't thinking so much, I was walking right in the middle of them, and as they were walking, the dust was, covering me completely. And I remember there's so many wonderful things happened actually, because the cows were really weak because they hadn't been looked after. And I was thinking, what am I going to do? We don't even have any food, no chara. And I remember all of a sudden a big, huge chara truck came from nowhere, So these things like that happen.
What's chara?
Chara is like grass, to feed the cows. Because they were really weak, they were wobbly. It was a long day. It was really hot in Rajasthan. And anyway, this chara truck came from nowhere, almost just out of the blue. I remember it coming from over the horizon. And I thought, wow, where did that come from? So all provision was made for us to, plod along on our journey. And it was amazing. We walked through the forest, valleys, riverbeds that had been dried, like vast different kinds of terrain just to get them to where they needed to get to. But in the beginning, I was thinking, I'm going to save the cows. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, I'm going to save them. But actually, I went there and they ended up, I know it sounds really corny, but it isn't. They ended up saving me because I experienced just for those few hours when I was walking with them, a love that I have never really felt I've never felt that kind of love. I've never felt that kind of protectiveness ever. I've never felt that. And I remember that feeling very strongly. by when it was night and we'd got to where we needed to get to. So that was actually why I was inspired to get this piece of land in East London and try to go for it. And then I told them Britain instead on people too, but it didn't happen.
And now you're going to take part in this project and try and help
Don't know. I don't know. I'll see if I can help somehow.
Okay, you're already helping. Okay, thank you, Radha Dasi.